It's been a while since I've recorded anything for this channel, except for the last Goofy one, which, ignore that, that's for something completely different, and I'll announce that later. However, I just got to thinking, I was talking to somebody about the fact that I ghost hunt, and she said that she would be too afraid to do that, it would scare her too much. And to that I have this one thing to say. If it's something that fascinates you or interests you even just a little bit, you should take the initiative and take a step and just try it. You never know if you'll even like it. So what's the problem with at least trying something different? There's always going to be a team out there in your state, in your area, your city, who will be happy and willing to take along a guest who just wants to try it out. I mean, sometimes there are even events that people do in order to let people who have never done it before try it. And, you know, if you have local haunted legends in your area, you can always see if they might let you explore, even if you just have a flashlight and maybe, I don't know, a recorder or something like that. You don't know unless you try it. And it's, you know what, it's always better to try with somebody else. So grab a friend and take a chance. It might actually be something that you would be really interested in. So that said, that's just one thing I kind of wanted to talk about real quick. The next thing, really, I've been asked why I haven't really written on TAS lately or updated the website, and that's simply because I have had no way to do so. I have no internet at home. And I also don't have a laptop anymore because mine died. And that's really unfortunate because I had a couple of projects that I was working on for the channel as well as for the blog. And I was also working on a new theme for the website, which, you know, all of that's pretty much lost until I can get a new one. And luckily I was able to back up my drive, so I have all the things that I need. All the files are on there, but I won't be able to actually sit down, buckle down, and do anything with it until I get another laptop. Now, where am I recording this from, you might ask? I'm actually borrowing somebody else's laptop for a little while, so that I can make at least a little bit of an update video. And I'm also trying to work on some vlogs over the next couple of weeks. I'll have the chance to do that a little bit more. Let me see, what else? What else can I tell you? What else is up in TAS land? Oh yeah, I wanted to talk a little bit about guesting. And I know I kind of mentioned it at the start of this video. But, you know, honestly, that's something that most teams that I know of will do year-round. And I know that our team has been really putting out our guesting program recently. And we haven't really scheduled anything yet, but I know that probably majority of what we're going to do is as local as we can get it to, you know, in order for local people to get a little bit of experience under their belt, or find a new team, or join a team, people who haven't done so before. So I think it's a good opportunity, and you should definitely look out for that. If you're in the Omaha area, you should look out for that. I think guesting is a good idea because, first of all, you don't just get a little bit of experience under your belt. You try something different, you know, try something new, do something that might be interesting to you. But you also, if you're actually looking for a team to join, that is the way to do it. Guest investigate with several different teams and see if any of them click with you. And once you get that, once you do that, you might even have one or two or three, you know, of different teams that you're actually interested in joining or perhaps learning more about. And you remember that any, you know, at least in my opinion, reputable organization is going to be happy to open up their doors to a guest. They are going to be happy to answer any and all questions that you may have, or if they don't have all of the answers, they might help refer you to other things. Uh, Although, if they don't know everything about their own organization, there's something a little bit off. When you go to guest investigate, remember that they're probably going to have some policies that you do need to follow. So remember to follow the direction of lead investigators, team leaders, directors, what all, and listen to anything you are told, okay? Because if you do that, the better chance you have of doing what's best, not just for yourself in a guest situation, but what's best for the team. Because often they will have some sort of public presence, and they want to make sure that that public presence isn't going to be marred by anything such as drinking, drugs, other kinds of behavior that are not suitable for a public presence. So remember, when you do that, just have the common courtesy to be respectful, have the common courtesy to respect the property that you're investigating, respect the owners or the operators, the caretakers, whatever their title might be, and respect the rest of the team, because they will respect you much more for that as well. And then you will be able to see exactly how good a team this is, and if it's going to work. If it's going to work, you can always ask for another guest investigation. And keep going back if you just want to guest a few times to see how well you like it. I don't think people are going to have any issue with that, just so long as you mind your behavior and you're responsible when you're on the investigations. And if it turns out that you've done enough of the guesting to realize that that's something you want to do full time, or to join the team, then I don't think you're going to have too much of a problem, because at that point, not only do you have a little bit of experience under your belt, you know the team, and they might know you, and at that point you can discuss whether they like and respect and want you in the team. So while you're doing that, also remember that if the team isn't respectful of you and your needs, say you need a break or whatever, and you need to go out of the investigation location, they'll probably send somebody to go with you so that you're on a buddy system or whatever. But they won't have a problem with you needing a break. But if you have a team that's really not being respectful of you as an individual person, then that's not a team you really should be joining. Most good teams, most rounded good teams, don't just have the experience and connections and equipment and drive and money to do this kind of thing. A lot of them are just doing it and they're paying for it out of their own pocket. They're not getting any donations, whether they're freely given or charging, which I really don't believe much in. But most teams will have the well-roundedness to be able to respect new people, to get to know them well and find out what their boundaries are and respect those boundaries just as well as you would respect the boundaries of any already functioning member of the team. If you don't have that, then there's probably an issue underneath all of that. You want to make sure you're in a team that's going to function as a group of people who are friends, who like to do this stuff together, but also have the professionalism to go to a client's house and make sure that these people are taken care of properly, because that's really what it's all about. Paranormal is founded on people, okay? So we are the people providing a service, and the people we are providing a service to, they're our clients. And those are two very important groups. They're two very important interlocking groups. And then, of course, we have, the spirits, and they're a completely different level, because, we're trying to interact with these spirits who were once people. And we need to remember to be respectful to them, too. So respect is probably one of the biggest issues you'll encounter if you're guesting. Otherwise, most guesting experiences really just have to do with knowing where to be at what time and what date. And they will probably also tell you whether they cover your fee, or most likely they will ask you to cover your own fee for this place. Otherwise, you might not be able to get in. And if they ask you to do that, they will also be straightforward with you about how much it is. Say, some places that I've been to, $20, $25. Other places have been much more expensive. It just really depends on the location. And it's also a good idea to do a little research ahead of time once you know where you're going. In any case, that is my little guessing blurb. The last thing, yes, you can expect a couple more videos while I'm doing what I'm doing, and while I have access to the internet, to a laptop to do this on. However, I'm not really sure exactly how much I'll get to do this, because I will also have to be pet sitting. I have a couple places I'll be pet sitting, and heading out to do job hunting. Sometimes I'll meet up with other people, friends, and sometimes I actually have to go home to, I know that I'm gonna have to go home and make sure that I have all the lights off and AC off, make sure everything is tidy. I'm gonna have to go home and do some cleaning. And I'm also gonna go home and pick up some notes that I know I left there that I was going to work into a video blog. And I have a few other things that are working into blogs. So keep an eye out on this space and on the blog, and hopefully I will have something for you very soon. So sorry for all this crazy interlude hiatus stuff. I hate it. I prefer to video blog, or to keep you updated. Alright, thank you so much for watching, and please tune in to the next episode of The Average Sensitive.